It seems like we're going to remain in the realm of the existing Star Wars movies and making prequels and sequels based around the trilogies for the foreseeable future. And now very reputable people have reported that Mace Windu is next up in line for a potential film or TV series. So let's get to that. So by now I think we all know that Samuel Jackson has expressed interest in returning as Mace Windu. He's teased that his character was alive after episode 3. Disney has not canonically went and explored much of what is really happening in that time period compared to how much they did with the EU. So most people had assumed that if we ever see Mace Windu back, it could be something along there. Now recently there has been plenty of rumors about the continuing use of Disney Star Wars characters in live action, and of course we keep hearing that Mace Windu is something that might happen. Now the most recent rumor is suggesting that Samuel L. Jackson would be returning to star in some Mace Windu project that is in early development, possibly on Disney Plus or possibly even a film. Now this film could of course go to Disney Plus and be like a one-off to see what exactly they could do, but apparently this would be a prequel based on a younger Windu. Now how exactly you use Samuel L. Jackson, unless you're gonna de-age him, which would cost a significant amount, or maybe you have him do a voiceover, or maybe you flash between two periods, which then could work. Now this does interest me because again, I like the setting of the prequels, and before the events of episode 1, I really like to see more of that world kind of at its peak. Now also, since we don't know what exactly they could be doing, for all we know, this could also be an animated series where they get Jackson to voice a younger Windu, and they produce like 12 episodes, with a brand new story to tell that leads up into episode 1, or tells us about what he was doing maybe 5-10 years before those events. So again, there's a lot to explore here that I think they could touch upon, but it's interesting to see that they want to further explore some of these characters that are by many considered fan favorites, and he's definitely one of my favorites who I would love to see more of. So I guess only time will tell, and we're gonna have to keep on waiting. I would assume if anything happens with this project, if it's live action, it's probably a couple of years away at the earliest. If it's animated, you could probably get something by a year and a half from now, because again, like the Bad Batch, animation is a lot simpler to do than live action, so it could be the route. But I assume they'll announce something, if anything materializes, in the next year.